In case y'all don't know who the person is on the screen, this is Mark Dice. He creates YouTube videos. He's a right wing pundit. He does all kinds of stuff. Like, I'm sure you've heard the name before. At least if you've never watched any of his stuff, the name definitely sticks out like a sore thumb. But I was watching Blacklight Revelations 2, and shout out to Rob over there. And what I'll probably do is I'll post a link to his commentary about this video that I'm about to discuss that Mark Dice put up on his YouTube channel over a week ago. It was over a week ago. And when I first was listening to it, I'm thinking that maybe it was an older video, but it was a more recent video. When I looked at it from the time of me recording the video, it was posted then 12 days ago. So about 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks ago. And the name of the video was called The War on White People. And I'm sitting here saying to myself, already at the title alone, I already know where Mark Dice is headed with this. But let me go ahead and listen to what Rob has to say, because I know he's going to really break it down into the simplest form, and he definitely did. And let me tell you, Rob be doing the marathon style videos or those streams, because the video Mark Dice did was only about 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes long, and and Rob managed to find a way to stretch it out to well over an hour, with the breakdown of what Mark was saying. But Mark Dice made this video called The War on White People, and I'm sitting here saying to myself, what the hell is he about to say? And then one thing that stuck out to me before I even looked at the video was the thumbnail. So this is the thumbnail right here for that particular video, The War on White People. Now, I want y'all to pay close attention. That's Mark Dice right there, as you can see, but look at the hands that he used that's pointing fingers. All of those are black hands. That right there should tell you who he was targeting in the video. But the way that he set it up was to talk about so-called people of color. In the first maybe 5 to 6 minutes of the video, he dropped certain demographics in here or there, but he really kept saying POC throughout the first half of the video. But when he gets to around the 6-minute mark, it literally transitions, or should I say shifts, from POC to just black people. I'll leave the link down below in the description if you want to go and try to stomach what he says in that whole video. Trust me, it's a very hard watch. And it's crazy too, because his face doesn't even move the whole time. Like, when you're looking at the video, you don't know if you're listening to a human being or an AI. The only thing that moves is his mouth. And since he has very little small, almost non-existent lips, those sometimes look like those are barely moving. But when he kept talking about the war on white people, he was using the same talking points we have heard over and over and over again, to the point where it just gets absolutely boring. But then when he gets to the part around the 6-minute mark of the video where he starts to be specific and says black people, then we get to the meat and potatoes of why he says there's a war on white people. And this is another talking point that white people have been using over and over and over again. And that is their inability to freely use the N-word. That's really what it is. He brings up certain instances, like the Kendrick Lamar situation, where there was a white female fan who said the N-word to one of his songs, and he had stopped the music and called the girl out in the middle of one of his shows. Stuff like that. I can't remember every single thing because Rob went live pretty late, but some stuff just just sticks out to me. That was one of them. Then he uses other instances as well, but really it all boils down to white people, such like Mark Dice, not being able to use that word. It's basically, why do they want to use that word so badly? That's a question that many black people have been asking of white people for so long. Why do you want to use that word so badly? And I think it's because they feel like this is a word that got away from them, because it's a word they've been saying back in the day for so long, but then they ended up losing the power over the word. Black people took it, remixed it, took the ER off and put an A on it, and now they feel like they should be able to get it back, in a colonizing type of way, I guess you can say. And this is one word that black people are now not allowing them to get back, because they already know where it's going to head. What do I tell y'all? Not far removed from their ancestry. And don't even bother looking at the comment sections of the video. Like I said, if you're going to watch this video, just watch the video. Do not, I beg you, do not look at the comments. Do not even engage with anyone there. And it's funny because when I typed in Mark Dice in this video, I wanted to see if anybody else did some reactions to it. And it was only one other YouTuber that did reactions to this. And it's a black YouTuber. It was I'm familiar with this YouTuber because I used to be subscribed to their channel, and they did a reaction type video, and basically they titled it something along the lines of, is there such thing as anti-whiteism? And it was basically a response video to Mark Dice. Do you know that their comment section, because I went and looked at their comment section, they had like over 500 comments at the time of me recording this video, and every last one of them was like a Mark Dice stan, saying Mark Dice is correct. Yes, anti-whiteism is real. Yes, there is a war on white people. Like literally, this is what's cemented in their mind right now. They said we got to go after the woke mob. We got to go and attack CRT. We got to go and do, again, talking points that we have all heard before in the past. It's being recycled over and over again. They might throw a little bit of something else in there here and there, but it's nothing new. That's why I said this conversation to me is so absolutely boring. It really is. But the problem is it's a propagandized talking point. And we know what happens when it comes to propaganda, and especially when it's targeted towards black people. Again, think back to the thumbnail that I just showed you. He starts off talking about POC this and POC that, but when you look at the thumbnail, it's black hands. He would have been more better if he made that thumbnail to have multiple colored hands pointing towards his face, but he only used black hands. That told you right there who he was prepared to talk about. And the way he set it up was almost wicked genius, to start off not talking necessarily about black people, but then transition into it. Again, I'm telling you, just go and listen to the video for yourself. I will leave the link in the description. But again, just listen to the video. Do not engage in the comment section. Do not look at it. Please. If you want to engage, listen to Rob's breakdown. I will leave the link to his video. Listen to that breakdown, because he really broke it down on there. The only reason I'm not breaking it down here is because I don't have the energy to listen to that bullshit a second time. Because that's exactly what it is. And Mark Dice is the type of person that this platform pushes their algorithm towards. Yet we are the ones over here have to worry about what we say. I'm just saying. And if you go and listen to what he says again, a lot of the stuff that he says that is causing a quote unquote war on white people can be attributed back to white people being at war with themselves. But he's not prepared to have that conversation.